Yasin Betty Mali, Saso Figa Gada, Baby Unga Hambi.
Blake. What's up, guys? I just thought I'd start off with a little joke. But yeah, welcome to Nothing But Football, a podcast about football. Normally we'd be talking about Premier League, but we are blessed to be able to talk about the competition they refer to as Euro 2020.
Or the Colonizers Cup,
yes.
2020.
No, they call it's Euro 2020, but we're in 2021.
But
I struggle with that. Can't they just change it? Or is it because they've already made like all the labels and the signs and the logos?
Probably that, but colonizers find it hard to change things. Now you give them less than a year to come and change their habits.
Yeah, as much as I'd like us, well, I wouldn't like us to go into a history lesson. We'd do that another time, maybe, in another
drop
place.
Short history lessons like
Yes.
Belgium and King Leopold, who took out the Congo. Congo would be the greatest African country if it wasn't for Belgium.
Yes. But I'm sure guys...
And Lucas out here will be busy balling on us, dog.
Boy.
So I'm sure guys aren't here for that. But I'm sure they're here. Obviously, let's first find out about how you guys are doing, man. On my right here, I've got Mr. Lokusa, Brother Hakeem. How you doing?
What up? No, I'm all good, dog. I had a pimple or two. I wish someone's beauty tips could help me.
Drink red wine.
It is a shame, man. It is a shame.
Drink red wine, sweat a lot.
Yes. We are partaking in that. Uncle Curtis, how you doing?
How am I doing? I'm good, though.
No, man.
Life is okay. Life is good. Football
Yeah,
is
man.
football.
Well,
A black man scored the winning goal for England. What, can it get any better?
oh yeah, there've been a lot of brothers, doing things up there in Europe.
With an assist from... That's a golden assist from Jamaicans. Dog.
Yeah, but as you guys know, the Euros just started, so we've got a couple of games to cover. Actually, well,
Whomst are you? Whomst are you?
whomst am I?
You didn't introduce yourself, sir.
Oh, my name is Mpo. I've been referred to as the unidentified black man by some people. I don't know these other names, but yeah. Great to have you guys here. I don't know, man. Let's start with the Euros. Actually, the roundup of the Euro fixtures that have currently happened. Obviously, the opening the opening game happened on Friday, and that was between Turkey and England. Turkey and Italy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know why I'm so excited to talk about England, but yeah, Turkey and England, and that went 3-0. It was an own goal from Merit Demiral, yeah, Juventus player there, Ciro Immobile and Lorenzo Insigne. Let me start with you, Lucas. That game, how did you find it, and what did it show you?
It impressed me from an Italy perspective, right? I read a few things saying Italy dark horses and that kind of thing. But in the game that actually impressed me. I mean, the Italy squad, 26 players you can name, and he only took 2 strikers. He wants to dominate the midfield. He wants to keep clean sheets at the back. So I was quite impressed by Italy. I didn't think they'd be good on the attack. Turkey's a good team. Scoring
very
goals
good.
past Turkey, it's a good team.
Very good team. I mean, they've also got Burak Yilmaz, who's just come back from a great run of scoring in Ligue 1 for Lille. So, I mean, you'd expect something from Turkey, but that was a dominating performance from Italy.
True,
Uncle Curtis, any other points that you might have?
Hey man, I was shocked, man. But shout out to Roberto Mancini. I was shocked to find out that Italy won a 23-game unbeaten run to the competition. Came out 3-0 victors over there. And I was actually shocked by that Turkey team. Not Turkey, the Italy team, dog. Like, you forget how many quality players they had. That's Insigne. I don't know how to pronounce that white guy with an I's name.
Or Immobile.
Not Immobile.
Insigne.
Yeah, Insigne. I don't, that white person over there.
Where's Napoli, no?
Yeah.
But these are players that I know that play at Napoli. Immobile plays Napoli as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Cellini, the keeper, the D guy who went to PSG.
Donnarumma. Yes.
I'm not going to pronounce Italian white people's names, so don't even try. What you call this? There's a lot of good players in that team.
And some good youngsters. I mean, Tonali and Zaniolo.
It's good youngsters with good experience. Like, I'm shocked. They might actually go all the way, like Pushing says. It's a dark underhorse because when it comes to defending, they'll defend. And with the attackers that they have over there, they can nick one past France, nick one past England, and not concede. Sure. And Mancini is he's a good manager. He's a tactician over there. So hey, looks like they might be.
Who's in that group?
In the group for Italy.
Yeah.
Let me just check.
Because I think Turkey, if I remember correctly, Turkey would have
Italy,
been
Wales, Switzerland, and Turkey. So it's anyone can go through in this group, in my opinion, if I look at it.
Yeah, besides Wales.
Next to Italy, or even them as a flip of a coin.
No, obviously by Italy winning 3-0.
Oh, sure.
It's a strong statement. And I will move on to the other fixtures and find out what's happening in the other group. But I think Italy have kind of solidified their case as coming out of this group. Never mind being at the top. But yeah, looking at it, Italy shouldn't struggle to get out of this group. My opinions, I think this was a great performance by Italy. Italy are not traditionally a high-scoring side.
Yeah.
So you look at this result and you think to yourself, okay, this is a new Italy. Italy is very comfortable with taking the ones and the twos.
Quick, fast.
I actually can't remember. I was reading a stat. It's been a while since Italy's actually scored 3 goals. Like normally it's just 1-2.
Sure.
They just get the job done. So this is the first time in I think a couple of decades even. Yeah, because Italy normally just get the job done and take it from there. So yeah, I'm sticking to my predictions, guys. Italy taking it, if not taking it, going pretty far in this tournament.
Sure.
Yeah. The next game was the Saturday. That was Wales versus Switzerland. It was 1-1. I don't think we need to go into that. Besides the fact that the winner, well, the goal scores from Switzerland was scored by a brother.
Yes.
Bril Mbolo.
Oh, okay.
It's another brother that won another Man of the Match award that just made it all black.
No, like I just found it funny that like in a lot of these European countries, I was actually discussing it with Curtis earlier on. We were like, yo, okay. You look at the Man of the Match, there's a lot of players with African descent.
100%.
So
100%. Yeah. They can't even sneak those names past us. Mbolo. Come on, dog. Like, we love you still. We understand, but I mean.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a 1-1 draw. From that group, that led Italy's number 1 in that group. And then I think fixture.
Wait, I just wanted to make mention over there. Gareth Bale, who spent 9 months at Tottenham, he's using them as a training ground.
Yeah.
If he gets knocked out in the group stages, he deserves everything that's coming towards him.
Because what?
You don't just disrespect a club like that. I don't like Tottenham.
No, when you say everything that's coming to him, what would that be?
Being knocked out in the group stages and being bantered out of his country. Because he was spending too much time playing golf and treating Tottenham, which you should, like a training club, because that's what they are. That's why we have Sol Campbell, Premier League winner, thanks to Tottenham's training ground over there. And then you're going to come spend 9 months in Euros, and then you're just going to get knocked out in the group stages.
Not true. I do agree with you there from the point of view that Gareth Bale, because I watched the game. He wasn't really alive in this game. This is going to affect his, obviously him going back to his home club, Real Madrid.
Yeah, guys, I think he's also playing next to championship players, guys.
No, he's not. You know what I was looking at? I was looking at some of those players.
There's some of them that are that quality, but
it doesn't matter. Then why did you treat them like a training ground? You should have
Kiefer Moore scored. So,
hey?
I mean, the guy who scored for Wales, Kiefer Moore.
Who the hell's that?
Exactly. But he scored.
He scored.
Why couldn't Bale do that?
And Bale didn't.
No,
Championship players are doing more than
I
Bale.
hear you, but I'm saying the last tournament they qualified was their first ever. Ryan Giggs didn't play in any tournament.
Yeah, but respect. Okay, don't respect Tottenham, but respect your club you are loaned at. That's what I'm saying. Don't be out here. I'm using you guys to prepare for the Euros. Who cares about that? And also, it shows how weak some of these Premier League players that they consider great in the Premier League, when they go international, how weak they are.
Are you putting Bale in that category?
No.
Oh, sure.
He's
I
got
was
his-
about to fight you, dog.
He's got his own. He's got his own agendas.
We were to bash fists.
He's got his own
No,
agendas.
I was talking about. I found out Ben Davies plays for Wales. I don't know what he did in that game.
Ben Davies, the Spurs one.
Yeah, but they talk about him like he's great when he plays in the Premier League, and I'm like, what are these guys doing when they go international? Which just shows you that, hey Joe, some of y'all are white privileged out here, and you need to get put in your place, man. Look at David Abola playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach, busy dominating you guys in defense over there. So it's one of those, like, I think
you just referred to him as a disease. You referred to Bombola as a disease, dog.
I'm not
That's
saying
Ebola.
It's the first time I heard his name. I wish I heard more of his name than Ben Davies, but I hear Ben Davies every other week because, well, he's average.
No, fair point. I'm sure Wales will have a tough obstacle getting out of this because, this is a relatively tough group because anyone can make it in this side.
If anybody can do it, it can be Aaron Ramsey scoring a last-minute win at Wembley if they play at Wembley.
If Bale used Tottenham as a training ground, what did that guy do at Juventus?
What did he do at Juventus?
Nothing.
Yeah, but he won trophies with them.
Eh?
He won trophies with them.
Eh?
He did.
Yeah.
Not this season, last season.
Oh, sure.
He's got trophies with them.
This season, it's not plural; it's trophy.
Yeah.
So it's trophy this season. So he's still got a
And
trophy.
I mean, don't say trophies next to Gareth Bale, Joe.
Yeah, fair.
Gareth Bale has a
Those-
whole three-peat.
Those are Ronaldo trophies to me.
Then nothing can be Ramsey's.
Can't you also say the same about Ramsey because he's riding on Ronaldo's coattail as well?
He's not right on Ronaldo.
He is. He's at Juventus.
Before, like, none of Juventus trophies can have Ramsey's name anywhere near them if that's the standard thing.
It's Bale, dog. He's the Welsh guy who disrespected clubs. I don't care about him. I'm gonna rep Arsenal players to my death.
Fair enough.
I think, let's wrap up with that one. I think we can move on. I hate to use the word highlight, but it's the word on all soccer players, not soccer players, soccer supporters' lips. This was the Denmark vs Finland game. There was quite a lot of controversy in that game. I think Eriksen actually collapsed. He had a cardiac arrest. And then, I read some things. He was technically, gone. Yeah, his heart stopped, and then he was resuscitated by the medical team there. But then the game was forced to, they're forced to carry on with the game. Yeah. UEFA, that's the devil you chose, guys. The devil you supported. The devil you were protesting,
You didn't want Arsenal in the Super League, and now look what's happening.
Yes. So that game carried on, and Finland went on to win 1-0. I don't know if you guys watched that game. Because to tell you the truth, I only tuned in once I heard what happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I saw like the 5 minutes before the game stopped for Eriksen's thing. The game restarted. I think almost an hour and a half later or something like that.
Yeah.
But take the spin of UEFA, no? So UEFA bashes, no, Denmark insisted we continue the game.
Yes.
Denmark came out and bashed. Hey Joe, UEFA gave us 3 options. They said complete the game now, play it to the next day before whatever time. Basically, the other options weren't realistic. They're
Yes.
like, okay, sharp, we have to play. So when UEFA came out with that, they're like, hold on.
Yes. And I heard it
Don't
wasn't.
you dare.
And I heard it wasn't even a thing of like think about it. It was like give your decision right now. So the devil you chose.
Yeah.
But
yeah, to the Eriksen moment, I mean, that's sad to see. I think for South African audience, we get a lot of Premier League, so we've seen Eriksen for a lot of years, good player, that kind of thing. I mean, it's not nice to see. I mean, that's a sport, bruh. You don't want to see somebody almost losing their life for a sport.
Yeah. It was quite
Sad to
a
see.
moment.
Sad to see.
Uncle Curtis, from your point of view?
It was sad to see, but I think it's a combination of things. I was looking at when I heard that he passed out like that. I was looking at, is his body tired from the system that he played under Pochettino, where it's high intensity,
He
hard
was
rate.
at Inter.
But it was years under Pochettino.
Sure.
Years.
Okay.
I believe that system takes a lot out of you. I believe most players who play under that intense type of football can last 3-4 years max, because you constantly have to press up and down, up and down, up and down. And I compare this to, don't you guys miss the lazy player, dog? The player just walked around the
No,
pitch.
hundreds, boy.
The lazy player
Hundreds,
doesn't.
boy.
The lazy player doesn't work in this era of football.
Yeah, but
That lazy guy with skill. I miss
But
that
what I'm
guy.
trying to get at is now that everybody is so concentrated on trying to get to peak maximum physicality and what's the word I'm looking for here? Fitness. Nah? That you don't see, like, we'll only start seeing the effects over time now. If you look at if more players start passing out on the pitch because of heart problems, it's the way football is being played now. You play in more games, you play them more intensely, and you having 3-4 years at the top of your career. When back in the day, Roy Keane was at United for 10 years, dog. And even then he was forced out by Ferguson. That man was still ready to go. But now you're looking at players who are, you can't take it. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. I wouldn't want to play under that Klopp thing, dog. I wouldn't want to play under the Pep thing. I would not want to play under Pochettino, because it's always up and down, up and down. When you don't have the ball, you have to be pressing. You know, like sometimes let defenders defend, let midfielders create, let strikers score. Like R9 wouldn't survive in today's football.
Now, I think, you know what, I do kind of agree with you, I think, but it's unfortunate because of COVID, you know, many players haven't had to rest.
Yeah.
They haven't had the time to rest. So looking at Eriksen, he just came back from a title run. As much as he wasn't a starter, like, you know, he didn't start many of those games, but he came on as an impact sub. I feel as though coming from a title run, basically where you were chasing the title and going straight into international football kind of is going to be damaging to many players. I think even if not now, but afterwards, we're going to see, you know, certain effects similar to this. Because I'm looking at it now, there's guys going from Euros, they're going to go into Premier League, then it's Olympics. Like, some guys' schedules are going to be tough. So
That's crazy.
you look at this and think, you know, is this maybe a warning sign that, you know, the world of football needs to, you know, see? Or are they just going to ignore it and then it's going to keep happening?
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
Look. I think you guys are right. I mean, if you even read these things about players or whatever they interviews, they'll tell you they can't sleep for 3-4 hours after a game or however many hours after a game because of how much caffeine they have to take to get ready for the game. You know what I mean? So there's things like that. Towards that one, I think it's the combination, right? Because obviously they're in their bubbles or whatever that they for COVID reasons they can't be anywhere outside of that. So probably all they do is work on fitness. Eriksen, when he went to Inter, Conte wasn't playing him. That man had to pull something out of his backside to get into that team.
Yeah.
And then it's a culmination. Now you go straight into this tournament. The season finished last week.
Yeah.
or 2 weeks ago or whatever. It's straight into this. So it's a tough one. Look, also we don't know if he has, you know,
Previous
pre-existing
conditions.
or
Yeah,
whatever,
true.
You know? But he probably won't play again. He probably won't play again.
Yeah, I think for safety reasons, they just have to rest him.
What I also think is that a combination of things. It's fitness, it's player salaries, because you know they're saying players are playing too much. But if you want to be earning £1 million pounds a week, like some agents, super agents want certain players to earn, my boy, I better see you play 3 times a week if you're earning £1 million.
Exactly. You're kind of not considered human.
Yeah, like
I hate to use this word, but you're a slave.
£1 million a week. I want to see you play 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And don't tell me no, it's tiring. Then drop your salaries down to £200,000 a week, which is still a ridiculous amount of money. but it's more reasonable in my eyes.
Yeah, because look like Cristiano Ronaldo at United, his teammates called his house a circus.
Yeah.
Because at his house there's a masseuse, there's a personal chef, there's just to basically get him into recovery. So Sharp, now you don't be Ronaldo, ne? Now you don't have that at home.
That's the thing. Like so. Oh, maybe these guys are the blueprint to the life of an athlete, to the what an athlete should do maybe in the future. That's like maybe the blueprint for the future.
Yeah, but
I
it's
think
going to
it'll
be
go in cycles. The baller will come back at some point.
Yeah, true.
The Rivaldos, the
Dog.
The guys who used to play for Real Betis and Nika, the Brazilian national squad, and come on, last 15 minutes, I'm just going to dribble, guys. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
One day we must have an episode of that guy. That guy was a legend, dog. That guy was a Betis bench player. He just came on to do stepovers.
Just came on, did his job, and went back and sat down. But yeah, I think let me just round up with this game. Do you guys think, because the game ended 1-0, do you think obviously that the Eriksen incident kind of played a part on this game?
Yes, I do. But a lot of those players earn a ridiculous amount of money. Put it to the back of your head. It did affect, but on those wages,
international guys, most of the international guys don't get paid.
They get paid.
It's just national pride.
In fairness, the game continued after they found out he's conscious and things like that. It's not like they were forced to play thinking. But I mean, that's still not great.
No,
I'm sure the other opposition is staying warm. You're on the phone. Hey, Eriksen, are you sharp?
Exactly.
So they're warmer than you, or
Yes.
they're more focused than you, or whatever.
Hey, but I just say, they earn a lot of money at their club, so it's a combination of the two for me. Like,
no, man, come on, Denmark guys.
Christian Eriksen, Peter Schmeichel.
The guy who's on the ground is
Schmeichel. You go through that player, man. They had Seb Larsen, another player that was in the Premier League for many years.
Seb Larsen's still there.
Oh, sorry, he's Sweden.
He's Sweden.
But there's a lot of guys. Those guys are not playing in the Danish league.
Dude, this is not slave trade, dog. Guys have emotions, bro.
They have emotions, and they're earning £200,000, man.
None of these guys,
Okay,
dude. It's literally just Eriksen. Eriksen is the only guy.
Percy Tau is earning around about £30,000 a week. No disrespect to him. I'm sure a lot of the Danish players are earning more than that. Let's say they're on £50,000 a week. Nah.
Dude,
right? Let's time that by 20. That's R1 million. They make what I make per annum in a week.
So just because you make money, you must get whipped. You have no emotions.
If you want to earn that amount of money, you have no emotions.
No, bruh. That's a ridiculous notion.
Come in line with the rest of our salaries there.
No, that's a
Yes, come in line. You want me to feel for you? You don't feel for me when I have to go struggle to buy bread. I won't feel for you.
That is a ridiculous notion.
So you must
just because someone earns money, they shouldn't have time for mental health. No, come on.
Take that mental health with that million rand a week you're earning.
Bruh, I look at some of these guys.
I can't take a mental health break.
The only guy, and I'll tell you now, Schmeichel probably doesn't even earn that much because he plays for Leicester.
That nigga's on at least 70.
70, and he's probably the most earned. The guy who fell, Eriksen, who's probably the highest earner, who coaches lived by your philosophy and thought, nah, this guy will play. Look at him, he's on the ground now.
Okay, if it was Iceland, nah, one of their part-time players that collapsed, you'd have sway in your argument against me.
Gylfi Sigurdsson, how much does that guy earn?
He earns, but I'm saying half the Iceland team is part-time dentists.
Bruh, half these guys aren't even. Do you know a guy called Jay Vint?
I don't know, but I can tell you now he earns a decent amount of money wherever he is.
I wanna actually.
This is Denmark, dog. Denmark has been a top nation for years. We're talking Peter Schmeichel came. They went far in the Euros in '96. They won one in '96. This is not flipping Iceland. These are players coming from a country that is internationally established.
But what's your point? Like, their heart should be fine.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
what's your point?
No, what I'm trying to say is I feel sorry for you, but it's in relation to what you earn. It's like, cool, man, like
next.
Like, come on, next. Like, there's people.
These guys don't
get checkers,
but they don't get paid. That's what I'm saying. As international guys, you don't get paid.
You get paid, my boy.
No,
you get paid.
You know what? I'm going to investigate this. Next week, I'm coming back.
If you give your money to charity after you get paid, all right, sharp. then good for you. I'm very proud of you. But don't make it think like they put on their soccer boots there to go play for the national team because they all love it. Nah, they do it for money.
Jonas Vint, that's the guy's name. He plays for Copenhagen.
Yes, the top team in Denmark. You think that man is not earning?
I actually need to
That team makes Europa League. You think that man's not earning?
I need to look at his
You think
figures.
he's earning flipping youth wages that Arsenal players pay the guy? Nah, that guy's earning at least 20
20,000.
pounds a week minimum.
And that's a lot.
That's a lot
for a soccer player.
For a soccer player, that's a lot.
You're comparing him to guys who earn 200,000, and you're saying this guy who
You know who
earns.
I'm comparing him to? I'm comparing him to the national wage, which is probably 20,000 pounds per year in that country. You do that in a week.
Bruh, I'm sorry.
My question is why, dude? Like their health becomes less important. if
Yes,
they earn more.
just because you earn more money.
No, your health doesn't become less important. I'm saying you do it in relation. It's come back to the argument I was saying that what you call this thing, they want players to play more and more because they earn more and more. I'm not going to feel sorry for you if you earn 20 times what I earn. I work just as hard as you. You live a comfortable life. You want me to cry for you when you're earning $1 million and you're going to go home to a masseuse? I have to go home to my 3 kids crying in a 2-bedroom apartment. You going home to
help them with their homework.
I must help you with the homework. It's like the argument that I always have with Kaiser Chiefs and Sundowns and what plays in South Africa.
Yeah.
Right? I do not feel sorry for those niggas when they get heartbroken when they retire. Those niggas were chowing niggas varsity girls, dog. Like it's nothing.
This sounds like you're talking to other people.
I'm talking to every football player out there. They're all the same, dog.
Jimmy Tao probably took his crush, though.
Dog. If I wasn't a pretty boy, I might have felt to those traps, dog. Super Sport used to train right outside my campus, dog. But it's one of those things, dog. It's like it's in relation. He shouldn't have collapsed. But it's one of those things of you earn a buttload of money, dog. A buttload of money. And
His net worth is between 500,000 and 1 million US dollars. That's his net worth. Do you understand how little that is?
fine. How little that is. Go compare that to the average American then. It's
Okay,
20,000
so
per annum.
I think your point is then anyone who earns above the average,
Yeah.
you don't feel sorry for.
I don't.
Sure.
If it's a ridiculous amount above the average, you think I feel sorry for a CEO?
Sure.
Go-
I think let's just put that context there.
I'm sorry, I really don't agree with this. This is like morally wrong.
It's not morally wrong.
This is like,
Those niggas are paying us slave wages, and you're telling me it's morally wrong.
he's not paying anyone.
He's paying.
gets
his
paid.
gardener, dog.
You don't even know how much he pays his gardener,
don't
but
know.
you're saying that he must suck
What
it up.
if he tips his gardener?
Yeah.
Tips him.
So you're saying that he must suck it up because he saw someone dying, essentially, and now he must just suck it up.
No, I'm not saying suck
What
it up.
a world we
I'm
live
saying
in.
I understand your pressure.
Dog,
I
I think England is the perfect country for
Yes,
you to live. Dog.
use those-
You like that's how English people
Yes.
see things.
No,
You sound like one of those white guys that give Raheem Sterling shit. That's what you sound like right now.
No,
You sound like one of those guys who says because he earns this, he can't experience racism.
No, I'm not
That's
saying,
what you sound
I'm
like.
not
Shame on
I'm
you.
saying I feel sorry for you, nah, but you earn enough, nah, that you can call your therapist who you have on speed dial to get
That's
through
assuming Copenhagen has a therapist. That's assuming.
that. Okay, I'm assuming a lot of things, but
That's-
likely the player who collapsed was Christian Eriksen. He could have paid for all these.
How?
When the guy was home,
He just came back from heaven.
he just came back from heaven. Hey dog, he's knocking on heaven's door. He came out okay.
Dude, he's still in
so
hospital. That's what I'm saying, dude. He's still in hospital. I don't understand. How are you justifying this?
I'm
How?
not justifying anything.
You
I'm
are-
saying it's relative. Like I can feel sorry for you, nah, but it's relative to other people's problems.
You're saying you feel sorry for you to a point.
To a point. After
After
that point,
that,
I
it's-
don't. There are
yeah.
people with
I'm
way
just
worse.
trying to interpret. I don't know.
There are people with way more problems than you. There's a child soldier somewhere out here.
Fair enough.
You talking to about a man who earns £100,000 a week?
let's hold lighters in the air for that guy. That's what he's saying. Well, why don't we hold lighters in the air for the child soldier?
That is the stupid analogy because
It's not, dog. It's his life. I'm comparing
saying
life
it,
to life.
but you're saying it like child soldiers are okay, bro.
not
Like
saying they're okay.
you're saying it like it's an okay profession.
I'm not saying it's okay.
There's-
I'm saying that there's people with problems.
But
nah?
I'm saying,
And yes, your problem is there. I feel sorry for you now. Right? But right after that, nah, there's other people with other problems. And I'm like, maybe that person needs more attention.
but because people are suffering, you can't ignore other people's
I'm
problems.
not ignoring them. I said I spoke about it to a certain point. He's okay. He got out of hospital.
He wasn't out of hospital.
No, he was in hospital.
Like, subscribe, everything.
We're going
Also,
nowhere
we'll
with
finish
this.
this off
We're
like
going
before.
nowhere with this.
No, we're going to cheer.
No, we're wasting time. We're wasting time. So yes, let's go. We move on to. We're gonna have to make this a 2-part now because we're gonna have to come back and talk about this. We've spoken about. So now,
Part 2, whose problems deserve more
yes.
attention?
So
Stay tuned.
Belgium versus Russia. Belgium took that 3-0. That was a brace from Lukaku and a goal from Thomas Meunier. Uncle Lucas. Lucas, let me start with you. How did you find that game? Performances?
Performances in this game, Belgium was dope. Sort of as you'd expect them to be. I think they sort of remember in every tournament Belgium was everyone's dark horse.
Yeah.
I think this tournament is the one where people are like, you've let us down again, my bad. You know, so I think from that perspective they kind of get to fly under the radar a little bit. Lukaku this is the best Lukaku we've seen.
Yeah.
Right? And they've set him up correctly like they did at Inter. He just gets to run into spaces and bulldoze and whatever into spaces. He looked he looked proper. He looked proper in this game, ready for the tournament. Belgium played well. I mean, Russia is probably not the peak of what Russia's been. This is probably they sent through the team who was
Not doping.
who was not doping.
No, the guys. This is the guys who are doping, but the effects are coming out now. Yes, you've been caught now. Now they're saying perform.
This is the guy you didn't see him for 3 weeks and now he's buying
Yes.
his here. But yeah, it's good. I was a little bit impressed by Belgium, but I say a little bit because this is what they do.
The number
really
one-
only tell them in
The number 1 ranked side in the world. So
truth. We'll see once they qualify. But looking good so far.
Uncle Curtis, what do you think of Belgium's efforts?
Nah, shout out to Lukaku. He's deserving every shine that he gets. I want him to win Golden Boot. The last time we had a striker win Golden Boot, he was putting past Panama. I couldn't respect that Golden Boot from that striker from the other side of North London. But yeah, let's get more man of the match performances from Lukaku. Let's see how he goes in this tournament. I want to see Belgium actually, but Hazard is still there. Maybe make the semi-finals.
That's the thing. Hazard is. I think they've left him out because he's still gaining fitness.
He didn't start.
Yeah, his brother started.
Ooh, okay.
So basically, it looks like he's taking his time to get back into the squad. They said he's even saying, "Hey guys, I'll do whatever I need to do for my nation."
Oh, sure.
So big ups to him for that. That self-actualization. But yeah, from my point of view, that's Belgium doing Belgium things. They're gonna go through the group stages, with a clean sweep. But I feel like the test really starts once they're out of the groups.
Sure.
Once
they play the other big boys.
That's when you can start to see, okay, are they serious or not? But yeah, I think we've wrapped that one up. I mean, it's Belgium doing Belgium things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we move on to England. Let me check what group they're in. England is Group D. So we move on to the Group D fixtures. England went up against Croatia. And that was a 1-0 game. And that was scored by Raheem Sterling. Assisted by Calvin Phillips. Yeah. decent goal.
Shout out to Jamaica.
Oh, boy.
Good
Shout
for
out to Jamaica.
yes.
But I saw some comments, guys. Oh, my gosh. They started with "It's coming home." Nah. Then I saw a meme. And they were like, passes like Pirlo, dribbles like, what you call this guy?
Kaka.
Has pace like Seedorf.
When they say as well, defense like Gattuso.
Defense like Gattuso, all in one player. How could you not rate Calvin Phillips? This is why you will never win anything in England. This is why. You disrespect that great Milan midfield and say Calvin Phillips is all those players in one. Oaks are never winning anything.
To tell you the truth, like now I've started to think these comments are just so outrageous. Maybe they're just bantering. Maybe this is just,
You can't joke like that. Do they know who Kaka is?
No, I'm just like I heard all those things. I saw them as well. I saw the "it's coming home" things. In my head, I'm like, I hope this is not like delusion. I genuinely hope that you guys are just bantering because you're thinking
these guys are special.
Everything is so it's oblivious to think so. But hey, you know what? I don't know, man.
They say, oh man, do they know who Gattuso is?
Fair point. Lucas.
Pirlo with the passes.
The Yorkshire Pirlo. That's
Lucas, let me ask you, any thoughts about that game?
I was impressed by Gareth Southgate, right? Just for not buying into English hype.
Yeah.
Because the English were saying, hey, drop Raheem Sterling.
Yeah.
Sterling has... Guy, every time Raheem Sterling has put on an England shirt, he's performed.
No, listen.
I think that nigga has like 12 goals in his last 18 England games or something like that. So English people were shocked when Kieran Trippier started ahead of Ben Chilwell and Luke Shaw.
I actually thought he played very well.
Yes, and he had a better season than both of them. Yes. I love Luke Shaw.
he came from a championship side. So
you have to justify starting that guy.
This is a good Atletico Madrid. If he's making the Atletico Madrid team on a defensive note, you were a good defender.
Yeah, that says a lot.
You have to justify playing that guy. And he was one of England's star men at the last tournament.
Yeah.
So shout out to Gareth Southgate there. He went for a bit of experience. Kyle Walker, that guy, Tyrone Mings did well, but Tyrone Mings has been part of the qualifiers. That makes sense. That England usually gets stupid by the guys that bring us here. Screw them. Let's pick whoever played well in the last 3 weeks of this season.
No, exactly. And from my point of view as well, shout out to him because he could have brought in, because I saw the English media were kind of upset that he didn't play Grealish, who just came back from injury. I'm like, okay, guys, make up your mind. Yeah, he barely has any because, I think Southgate didn't really trust him from experiences he's had with Grealish when he was in the youth, in the youth setup. Because he's like, dude, you mess around too much. But then obviously he got over that and put him in the squad. But I mean, you've got Phil Foden, who's had a great season. And, Raheem Sterling is just your man in England.
He's your man.
Yes. There's just certain players who perform no matter what happens. I mean, I used to hold Welbeck to that same, light. As in, dude, no matter what happens, this guy has to be there. Yeah. Jack Wilshere was the same for me. There's certain players where you just, when they're in the England setup, there's that thing that just goes off.
Has a lot more goals for England than some of your favorites.
Exactly.
True that.
So
how do you guys feel about Foden's performance?
He was nowhere. Besides the one shot where he hit the pole.
You see hype when you buy too much into your own hype. I'm not saying that's him specifically, but I'm saying he got hyped up to a level where they thought, nah, he's a
not to tell you the truth. If he scored that goal, we'd be having a different conversation. Because that was a good shot. It even deflected off the one Croatian defender's leg. So hence what I'm saying, that could have been a goal.
It's ifs and buts, man. But what I'm trying to get at is over here. It's a step up, man. At City, he has quality in all 11 places on the pitch. The other 10 players he's playing with are of the highest quality. In England, I'll give you 9 of the other players of the highest qualities. Right? And then that makes a difference. That makes a difference. He's not going to win them games against France. He's not going to win them games against France. Not against those teams.
I guess it depends, because he's gonna You know, he'll
Can.
he'll keep playing. His confidence will keep growing. I mean, this is what his first major tournament. Let's not take that away.
I'm not talking about future tournaments. I'm talking about for him at this.
No, that's what I'm saying.
In his career,
he's essentially going through all these emotions now, because in the group stages is where he could possibly gain his confidence. Hence, what I'm saying we'll just have to see how all this turns out.
Jadon Sancho didn't even make the bench.
The
coach made some big calls.
That was
performance-wise. I can't hate on any of the calls he made.
Exactly.
they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, even if that game ended 0-0, because it was very close to that.
He tried something new.
England was still the better team for me. And that's like Croatia's no slouch. I mean, they knocked them out of the semis in the World Cup, made the final. So there's a Ballon d'Or holder there. There's if we're saying Chelsea players that won Champions League, what's his name? Kovacic is there.
So this was
Brozovic from Inter.
Kovacic's got 4 Champions League titles, guys.
Yeah,
4. He was part of the 3-peat.
Oh yes, the Chelsea one.
the Madrid one.
Well, I'm saying he just won the Champions League.
Yeah.
I was wondering where he sucked the fourth one from.
Yeah.
Forgive me there. But I think that wraps it up with the England game. I think since we had such a interesting topic about the Denmark game, we can maybe just have a little break now, and we'll round up the other fixtures and maybe catch up on some juicy transfer rumors and whatnots that happen in the footballing world. But yeah, I think that calls it for part 1. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, send to your friends and family, whoever. Let them know that there's a podcast called Nothing But Football. But for now, I think let's call it a day.